Hello, my fire signs. Welcome to your reading. Today, we're going to do about a 10 to 12 minute reading on a love message for you, and then you will be able to go to the extended link in the description below to get the extended reading in Vimeo if you would like to purchase an extended reading. That being said, let's go ahead and get started, fire signs, and get your love message. All right, so let's see here. Just start off with the general message. A fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. Okay, fire signs. Is somebody climaxing? Is a fiery climax coming for you? Your fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius here. So you've got, looks like a fiery climax coming up. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle a couple times, and we're gonna look at your energy, your person's energy, the highest expression of your relationship with this person, the challenge, and then your past and your future here, okay? So angels, spirits, and guides, please help come through as I help to discern the messages here today for my fire signs and their fiery climax. All right, so we have 9 of Swords. All right, so there could be a lot of excess mental energy in your space right now, but let's keep it going and see what happens here. Oh, there we go. There's the fiery climax. All right, and let's get the joint energy here, okay? And let's get the challenge. Okay. And your past, how you see your past with this person, okay? And what's the future here? What is the future for my fire signs? Okay, so for my fire signs here, we have the Hangman on the bottom of the deck. So a fiery climax approaches. The Hangman would indicate that you've been deliberating on something, and something has been in suspension for you. So you've had to stop and slow down and deliberate over something, whether it be a relationship. Maybe there's quite a bit of things in your life right now that you're having to deliberate on and try to just basically pause and go within so that you can receive enlightenment on a matter, okay? And I'm definitely getting intelligence here. I keep hearing the word intelligence, and so it's like a light bulb turning on. And it's very important right now, fire signs, what you're doing with your mental energy, because there's going to be situations coming up that where you need to really understand the truth of what's happening with the Ace of Swords, and you might need to make a decision about whether you're going to be moving on or not. So a fiery climax approaches in your romantic relationships right now. So you could be all in your head, very worried, really not sure what's happening and what's going on. And you could feel very inundated by your partner. And your partner's energy is also very challenging too. And they're being, it's been kind of a shit fest. That's what this looks like. And your partner there could be some fighting between you guys. There could be some just snappy arguments. Like I'm getting, if it's not, it might not be big, drawn out, drag out fights, but just like little things and little fights that start to add up and really cause you to feel overwhelmed by what's happening in the relationship. And so, one or both of you could be contemplating moving away from this, just taking your stick and walking away. You could be thinking about, your partner could be thinking about serving you walking papers. You might have a sense that this relationship is kind of in trouble, and you might fear that the relationship is headed for an end right now, okay? And there could be some anxiety that you're having around that, because you know that your person hasn't been happy and that there's been a lot of fighting. And so you could be worried that this relationship is headed for, an end, a conclusion to the relationship. But the highest energy of this relationship is transformation. It's moving into a new phase together. It's waving the white flag and saying, you know what, we want to, we want to transform. We want to surrender. Okay. So with death and number 13, we find the ultimate surrender. So there's a surrendering that needs to happen. You, my fire signs, with letting go of some anxiety that you're having around situations, and with your person basically needing to kind of simmer down as well. That's what I heard. Your person needs to simmer down, and you kind of need to give up the ghost on the worry and the sleepless nights. You need to give up the ghost on that. And the word here that is needed is surrender. There needs to be a surrender and an acknowledgement by both of you about what isn't working, and a commitment to changing. All right. A commitment to, even if it's hard, even if it involves facing certain truths, with the Ace of Swords here in the past, like, certain truths having to be faced, even if it involves facing certain truths and possibly putting the relationship on ice because you have to face certain truths, then so be it. Because the only way out of this situation is to transform it. What is eluding you both right now, and what's a challenge to this relationship, is victory, like having victory in the situation and feeling confident about the relationship, and just kind of sailing through and thinking everything is going fine when it's not. Okay. And so and also there could be some ego here as well. There could be some egos that are not allowing this transformation to happen and are keeping you guys stuck in lower vibrational energy here. And I do feel like your partner, fire signs, might be more unruly at this point, and it's just causing you to, so your key that you really need to get here is to be like the Hangman. Don't let this affect you, right? Don't let it, if you live with this person or you see them on a regular basis, their energy will impact you, of course, but you have to find a way to protect yourself. I told my friend one day that relationships that have us to put up force fields and protections, boundaries are important, but putting up force fields and protections all the time are probably not relationships that we want to be in all the time, because they're exhausting, right? And that could be showing in on you here for my fire signs. Like, this could be an exhausting undertaking and ordeal for you, and the amount of energy that it's going to take to move this connection into a new space is can feel like overwhelming and impossible. So there could be, in the future position, we have the Six of Swords here. There should be some question. There should be some question about, whether this connection, if you shouldn't just, kind of go off on your own and leave the connection behind, or if you shouldn't, or if you guys both just can't put things behind you and let there be water under the bridge and let bygones be bygones, then it just might not work. Okay. And so there's some element of surrender that I talked about earlier, where surrender is very needed. Egos need to be put aside. And the worry and the, I feel also too, for you, my fire signs, you've put a lot of mental energy into this connection. And there could be an energy here with the Hangman on the bottom of the deck of needing to withdraw some of your mental energy from this connection to find greater peace, okay? So I'm going to pull a couple of angel cards, romance angel cards here. In the Vimeo reading, we'll find out what secret knowledge do you need to know, and why is your person feeling this way, and also what's the outcome, okay? So with that being said, let's look at a couple romance angels card. Past life relationship. So this relationship is a big deal, or has the potential to be a very big deal. And there could have been some shady business in a past life with this person that's causing some issues in this lifetime. This could be the one, okay, but it was reversed. So this could also not be the one. I can see that you're having doubts about this, fire signs. Like, you know, you want to believe this person could be the one because it makes sense. There's a lot of things about the connection that can make sense. But, you know, it's got everybody's cortisol levels at a pretty high rate here. And then we have getting to know each other turned upside down, so reverse. So maybe you guys feel like you know each other really well and you've gotten to know each other, like there's nothing new to uncover here, and there's kind of a stalemate and an impasse. And in order to move forward, there needs to be a transformation, right? So it's like there's nothing new under the sun here until things actually change and transform. And so we have love yourself first on the bottom of the deck. So anything that is done in this connection has to be done from a place of loving oneself, not ego, right? Not the ego, but just in a healthy way, loving ourselves. And, you know, having a healthy ego. Having a healthy ego is fine, you guys. It's totally fine to have a healthy ego and, you know, to understand the truth about what's happening. And if it feels appropriate to let bygones be bygones and move on from this, you know, from the tension that you're experiencing with your person, okay, fine. But I do think you need to spend some time in reflection here with the Hangman, thinking about what this connection is about for you, okay? So, and what all of this means to you and where you stand with it. So please join me on the extended reading if you'd like to get into more detail. Thank you very much.